Hey, and welcome back to the Social Psychology Masters YouTube channel. Unless you possess some superhuman powers, it's impossible to know what another person is thinking, and usually, we're perfectly fine with that. However, when you're trying to decipher whether a guy has feelings for you or not, it can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you have a strong crush. Fortunately, there are some expert-backed signs that can help you determine if a guy likes you. So whether you're flirting with a coworker, wondering if a casual fling is turning into something more, or contemplating adding some benefits to an existing friendship, take a look at these signs from relationship experts on how to tell if a guy likes you. Although there's no foolproof science to determine if a guy likes you, these signs will certainly put you on the right track. But before we dive in, if you're new to the Social Psychology Masters YouTube channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for more practical and insightful videos on social psychology. And if you enjoy the content of this video, kindly give it a like. Now, let's get started. 1. He asks you questions to see if you're available. If there's a guy in your life who's been asking you a few personal questions, it could be a sign that he's interested. According to relationship expert Justine Emphalama, when a guy likes you, he'll make an effort to find out if you're seeing someone. He may ask subtle questions about your life to gauge your availability. Questions about your family, whether you have roommates, or your plans for the weekend could all indicate that you have a potential crush on your hands. 2. He makes lots of eye contact when you speak. It's not just a stereotype, it's backed by science. Eye contact is one of the most consistent signs of attraction, as scientists have found. For example, a study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior discovered that when men were romantically interested in someone, they tended to focus more on the person's head or chest. On the other hand, when they were simply interested in friendship, they were more likely to look at the person's legs or feet. The study, which utilized an eye-tracking device to monitor eye movement, established a clear relationship between eye gaze and romantic interest. 3. He slows his walking pace to match yours. This sign may be challenging to notice if you're not familiar with a guy's typical walking pace, but it's still worth mentioning. A study published in the journal PLOS ONE revealed that when men walk with a woman they're attracted to, they tend to slow down their pace to align with hers. Conversely, when men walk with platonic female friends, both individuals adjust their speed to meet at a middle pace. However, when walking with platonic male friends, each friend speeds up, and the pair moves faster than they would individually. 4. He's always telling you jokes. Both men and women find humor attractive, which explains why a man who can't stop making jokes around you is likely trying to make a good impression. According to Emphalama, humor is one of the many ways people flirt. A guy who likes you will attempt to be funny and engage in playful teasing to convince you that he's humorous and attractive. A study published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that both men and women are more likely to initiate humor with someone they're attracted to, compared to someone they're not attracted to. The researchers also discovered that men are more likely to laugh at a joke from a woman they're attracted to, although this correlation is stronger when the situation is reversed, and a man is making the joke. 5. He offers to help you out. Especially if you don't know a guy too well, his willingness to help you with something you need can be a subtle way of signaling his interest in you. Whether you're moving and require some muscle to help you pack, or you're hoping for a study buddy and receive an offer from a kind acquaintance, an act of service is a reliable indicator of a guy's interest in you. 6. He turns his body toward you. It's natural for us to instinctively turn our bodies toward the people we're interested in. So, if you're in a group and notice that your crush is pivoting his toes towards you, not just turning his head when you talk, or crossing his legs in your direction when you sit side by side, it's likely that he's interested in you. 7. His friends try to leave the two of you alone. Sometimes, the key to understanding a guy's feelings can be through his friends. According to Christine Scott Hudson, a licensed psychotherapist and owner of Create Your Life Studio, a clue that a guy likes you comes from social psychology. She explains that if you're hanging out in a group and his buddies suddenly make an exit, leaving the two of you alone, it may indicate that they have insider knowledge about his crush on you. 8. He picks up on the smallest details of your appearance. If a guy notices a small change in your appearance or pays attention to seemingly insignificant aspects of your outfit, it's a sign that he's completely smitten. It means he's not only focused on the bigger picture but also on the little things about you that most people might overlook. If he notices your shoes, haircut, or new glasses, he just might be interested and a keeper. 9. He finds a reason to touch you, even if it's subtle. Touch can make a significant difference in our mutual attraction. A simple brush of the hand or a gentle touch on the shoulder can bridge the gap between being friends and flirting. A study published in the journal Social Influence even found that women were more likely to give their numbers to men who combined their flirting game with a light touch on the forearm for 1 to 2 seconds. According to therapist and social worker Alicia Powell, PhD, a guy who holds your hand or puts his arm around you is showing interest because we don't tend to touch people we don't like. Therefore, touch can be an indication of attraction. 10. He remembers every detail you tell him. Is there a man in your life who remembers that you majored in literature during undergrad and that your childhood dream job was to be a veterinarian? According to Powell, he just might be interested in you. A guy who takes the time to notice small details or remembers things you've mentioned in passing shows a sign of interest, says Powell. Details matter, and when he makes an effort to remember, he's demonstrating that he's prioritizing you. Marriage and family therapist Allison D. Osborne Corcoran agrees, adding that if he remembers little things about you, like your order at Starbucks, it shows that you're occupying cognitive space in his mind and that he's genuinely interested in learning about you. 11. He uses your name often in conversation. A subtle sign that a guy likes you is when he uses your name frequently, says Scott Hudson. It's also worth paying attention to how he says your name. A great sign that he's interested in you is if he smiles a lot when saying your name. Think back to those junior high school days when you would write your crush's name repeatedly. We still give off subtle clues about how we feel about people when we speak their name. This doesn't mean you should tolerate any obnoxious behavior, but if he's excited about showing off a bit, whether it's in a game of darts or showcasing his personal finance skills, it's likely that you're the object of his affection. 13. He takes initiative when it comes to getting in touch. If you're wondering how to tell if a guy likes you, it's a great sign if you're not always the only one initiating contact. Powell explains that a guy who takes the initiative in making a phone call or texting first is showing that you're on his mind. He genuinely wants to talk to you and is making an effort to do so. Guys usually don't waste their time chit-chatting, so if you're engaging in frequent conversations, it's often for a romantic reason. 14. He wants to see you during the day. When figuring out how to tell if a guy likes you and understanding his intentions, the time of day matters, says April Baer, a dating expert and the founder and CEO of private matchmaking service Level Connections. She explains that guys who are interested don't only want the typical Friday night date. They also want to spend time with you during the day, such as going for a hike, having daytime coffee, or going for a drive on the weekend. In other words, your company is appealing to him, and your personality matters. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical and social psychology videos like this. Thank you for watching.